Hello, Driving Intelligence community. Well, spring has sprung, and that means it's time for yard maintenance. And to get that started, unfortunately, sometimes we got to repair our yard implements. Well, this Kobalt 40-volt mower has given me good service for about 7 years with a single battery failure. And I also had a recall performed. I'll put that video above and below. That's really important to check out because there was a fire issue or a potential fire issue. But now I cannot easily use it. I've come up with a workaround, but I can't use it because the safety cable broke from rust. And they don't sell these parts anymore. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to try to figure out a way to reattach this cable, because this cable goes down to the safety switch. It's all integral to that. I'm going to have to take apart this switch to get to it. So let's get started and see if we can't put this thing back together. Took out the 4 star bits, and this is what you end up with. And again, you'll see this in my video for the recall. Actually, I got a little bit of a problem here. You can see this one's loosening up a bit. Anyway, this is the cable that I got to get out of here to get this thing repaired. To get the 2 ends of the cable, I'm going to actually just rotate this one out easily. And this one, this comes out easily by just lifting up the bottom portion here and pulling it out. Simple enough. I made sure I got these good and clean using this wire brush on my bench grinder to make sure there's a good working surface. Now I'm going to solder in a piece of copper, some heavy gauge copper wire, and then there's another step I'm going to take to make sure this doesn't come apart. Well, the soldering method didn't work. I couldn't get any solder to take to this cable. So what I ended up doing was taking a piece of plastic and epoxying it between the 2 ends of this cable. And after that dried, I just wrapped it with twine. And now what I'm going to do is coat this with 2-part epoxy. Now, I know this is just a weird process, but it's the best I could come up with. Here is the JB weld, the 5-minute setting JB weld. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that coat now and see how it turns out. All right, so the first coating of the JB weld is on there. It's just going to really rock solid that twine, lock it in there. If any of you got a better idea, comment below. This is just what I had in hand and what was on the top of my mind to fix this. Since I couldn't find replacement parts, and I really just don't want to go buy a new mower just for something like this. After more than 24 hours, this is set up and it's nice and hard. So that's good news. And now what I'm going to do is reinstall it and see if it holds that cable. Let's all cross our fingers. Okay, so I've got the switch reassembled, and let's see if this thing's going to hold and do what it's supposed to do. All right, so you heard that working perfect. It's doing its job. I think I mentioned it earlier on, but I'm going to link the other video that deals with the recall of this, and that's where I actually get into this switch area, show the disassembly and how it operates. This is maybe just a little loose, but it's working, as you just saw. So I hope this helps you out, especially since there's no spare parts out there anymore. I got to get rid of some of this rust, so that's a future project, but I'll get another season out of this before I have to do that. Give me that thumbs up. Please comment what you think about this. See you next time on Driving Intelligence.